What's up, everybody? I did a thing. Let's see if I can show this really quick. I don't know if it's gonna pick up. Nah, you're not gonna be able to see that logo over there on that screen. It's all well. Good morning, everybody. What's up, Stedman? What's up, Vanessa? What's up, Forchick? Alright, what a games show yesterday in the Summer Game Fest. That was, it was a good show. I think we did 5 or 6 videos last night. Or yesterday afternoon, whatever the show was. It was also nice not streaming it, not gonna lie. It was way less work, because usually I stream the show, timestamp everything, and then immediately following the show, then spend the next like 3 hours to 5 hours cutting all the videos out. So it turns into a 6 to 8 hour event every time I do one of those shows. And it's always, yeah, it's too much. I'm not in the mood to do it right now. So I didn't stream the State of Play. I didn't stream yesterday. I'm not going to stream the Future Games show today, and I'm not going to stream the Xbox event tomorrow. But I am sitting there watching it as a fan, clipping videos of the games that I'm interested in. It's way more relaxing, not going to lie. It was nice to only have to do, I think I did like 3 hours of work. I watched the show, but I went and fed the cats, ate some dinner, took my time. Here, I'll show you. I don't think there's anything open on the other screen. I'm about to find out. Hold tight. I'm switching to the PC because you can't see the monitor from here. Okay. Hang on, I gotta get the mouse over here. I may or may not have installed Guild Wars 2 on Steam this morning. And that's the only teaser you're getting. There's a big Guild Wars 2 announcement happening today, I think at 9 a.m. Central. Pacific, I don't remember. It's happening this morning, so if I'm still streaming, we will go watch it. If I'm not streaming, I will just make a reaction video around it, and we will go see what announcements they're making for the Guild Wars franchise now that Guild Wars 3 is announced. Super excited for Zero Company, and then the Galactic Racer. 2 really, really, really good Star Wars games. Alien Isolation Part 2 looks intense. Can't wait for that. Today we're getting an extended gameplay look at Exodus, which is an upcoming party-based RPG from people who worked on Mass Effect years ago. From Archetype Entertainment. It is going to be at the end of the showcase, they said. So they've got a roughly 2-hour show. Troy Baker's hosting. And then I'm really only there for Exodus. I don't know what else is going to show up at the show. And then tomorrow's Xbox. Where are my fucking shoes, man? I'm gonna go reread the post. I could have sworn it said 9. Where did I post the link to that? Oh, there it is. I was like, I know I posted it in Discord somewhere. On June 6th, look for the video on our blog and YouTube channel at 9 a.m. Pacific time, is what they say in the blog post. Yeah, but you made me reconfirm because I was like, I could have sworn it was 9. But I can confirm, yeah, it's 9 a.m. Pacific according to the blog post. So that's at 10 a.m. my time. I'm usually napping at that point. But I will have to set, I'm setting an alarm right now. Hang on, let me set an alarm because I will want to make sure that I'm awake for that. Or at least if I do go down for a nap, I wake up for that. So that I could do the reaction video and stuff. 9:45 a.m. Okay. Let me get back to the game here. What do we want to do? I am level 7. Oh, we could go continue this quest and find out what Kira's doing on the tower. Fuck it. Let's go. Oh, I saw the Aeon 2 announcement as well. I played the first one. It was one of the only times I ever, like, seriously put time into a PvP game. Was Aeon 1. Studbit says it's going to be so good going from fighting Galactic Wars and then to Death of the Pod Race. Oh, dude, it's, as a Star Wars fan, I'm eating good this year. I got Star Wars Ball earlier this year. With The Mandalorian and Grogu in theaters. Which I still have not seen. I don't think we'll have a chance to see it in the theater. I'll probably just wait for it to come to digital. 2 big Star Wars games coming this year. We also got confirmation that Anne, the lead lady from, I forget her last name, from the Uncharted series, she was doing a Star Wars adventure game in the style of Uncharted years ago for EA, and then it got canceled. Maybe 3 or 4 years back, but it got confirmed yesterday that she's working on an untitled Star Wars program under Paramount. So, she is still heading a Star Wars project, and it'll probably be some iteration of the one that she was working on previously. So yeah, Star Wars fans are eating good right now. Oh, and we should be getting a new Jedi game at some point. Plus there's still Star Wars Eclipse on the horizon. Fate of the Old Republic. Amy, did I say Anne? I said Anne. I meant Amy. I don't remember her last name is the problem. Apparently I didn't remember her first name either. Go back to Guild Wars 2. I played the first game a lot. Did not play. I bought the second game when it came out. I remember playing it for 20-30 hours with my partner at the time. And then hitting the brick wall. I've mentioned this before. I hit the brick wall of you couldn't progress the main quest unless you did all the square dots on the map. And I kind of just was like, nah, I don't really want to do this. It feels like I'm doing a checklist as opposed to following a story. So I quit playing. I went back. I was just looking. So according to Steam, I played 12 hours, which is probably 3 years ago. I will have to dig the videos up on my YouTube channel. I hadn't played since launch. Bubbleonia came and did it with me. I found out because they did the Steam launch of Guild Wars 2. And I said, all right, can I get my Guild Wars 2 version working on Steam to play it with a controller? Because I didn't want to play mouse and keyboard. And it doesn't have native controller support on Steam, but if you play it through Steam, you can get controller overlays, which work relatively well. And I played like 12 hours ago. This was several years ago, and until I got busy with other stuff. So I've not really ever gone beyond like the initial chapters. Never done any of the DLC. It would be cool. I would love to see what the announcement is today. I doubt it'll be a console announcement. It's really heartening to see Guild Wars 3 coming to the console at launch from the get-go. That was a very refreshing thing to see.
A light. Top floor of the tower.
What's up, Shiny? Amy Hennig, yes.
So, found what you were looking for?
Yes, thanks for asking. How are you feeling? Sleep well?
You used me.
Oh, please.
I tried
I
Disco
merely seized
Elysium
an
about a month
opportunity.
ago, 2 months
If
ago,
I'd
because it was
known
on
you
Game
just wanted
Pass.
Alexander's notes,
And I just
I'd
found
never
the
have helped you lift the
gameplay
curse from
presentation
Fyke
style so
All right.
jarring that
Perhaps I wasn't completely honest.
I couldn't get
Didn't
beyond the
quite
intro.
toe the line, but I knew you'd manage. You're so manly and all. Geralty poo. Wipe that frown off your face, or I might think you don't like me anymore.
I don't. You're a vile, two-faced, four-tongued viper.
Oh, Geralt. Shame you didn't talk that way when we fucked.
Damn.
All jokes aside, what are you gonna do with those notes?
Do you really believe you can call me names and then revert to polite conversation just like that? Get out of my sight, before I give in to my urge to teach you some manners.
I'll go as soon as you hand me those notes.
Then you shall stay here forever.
Oh shit! I have never seen this as an option. Holy shit. I did not know.
Didn't have to end this way.
I did not. I've never ever seen that. Yeah, she was digging into necromancy. God damn. Well, that's a resolution. In any case, what I was getting at earlier was, regardless of what the announcement is today, I think I'm going to dive into Guild Wars 2 this month. We're gonna see how the reaction is from the streams and everything else. We're gonna do something around that, I think. I'm still got there were no shadow drops today. Yesterday, I should say. No shadow drops around State of Play. No shadow drops yesterday. I don't know if there will be any shadow drops today. We'll find out. And then we still have Sunday's event. And then Monday I'll know exactly if it's any new releases or if we were just going to work on other projects. And if it's only other projects, then we're going to sneak Guild Wars 2 in there. Strike while the iron's hot. There's a lot of eyes on it right now. And I wouldn't mind sinking some more time in. I've still got some more.
What are ye looking at? Stop bothering us poor folk.
Don't be griping at me, lady. I haven't done anything to you.
Hey, man. I'm staying here. Maybe I'll spot Hannah.
Looking for a hunter named Neelan.
Found him. What do you want?
Hear about your notice. I'm a witcher. When do you last see your wife?
5 days passed. 4 dawn. On my way out to hunt, she were asleep. I come back. Found no sign of her.
Notice anything strange? Maybe her behavior?
No. She were a happy, smiling self. Nothing different than late. She's not
Yeah,
run off.
there's usually,
That's what you're after.
I think almost every time they've done an Xbox showcase, there's been a shadow drop. Because they've got so many Game Pass titles that they can just be like, we're dropping it on Game Pass, go have fun.
Maybe she went to the neighboring village, forgot to tell you.
No. My sister were never gone this long before.
Tried looking for her?
Asked round the village, none saw her go. She must have left when they were still sleeping. Told her time and again not to wander off on her own. She never listened.
I must have some menfolk to scour the woods. Nothing.
I'll look in the woods. You might have missed something. Ask around, too. She have any friends?
Hannah keeps to herself mostly. Watches the blacksmith's young'uns at times. And in the village, Glenna, the butcher's wife, she likes her best.
Thanks. I'll try to find her, but no promises.
Alright, that requires coffee.
Orson's on.
Bunch of hacky coffee, nasty people around me in this village.
Greetings, you Glenna?
Aye. But gristle and marrow is all I'm willing to sell, and you'll have to wait till I'm done carving it.
Wanted to talk to you about Hannah. Hear you were friendly.
She come by at times. We talk.
She seems strange lately. Any idea where she might have gone?
Strange. No, a cheerful soul always. If I'm to judge, it's the wolves got her. Been howling the nights through lately. Even the Baron's men are feared to come by. Hannah must have gone to the wood to gather mushrooms, maybe. Strayed too deep and the howlers got her.
It's probably because she was out there hacking moist slops up. That's why the wolves got her.
Thanks. Farewell.
She didn't have the good kind of hawk, Tui.
No.
Oh, sorry, I just made myself laugh.
If only I knew.
She had the bad kind of hawk, Tui. Oh no, that's why the wolves got her.
Wow. My dad used to make swords like yours. Can I touch it?
It's sharp. Better not. Need to talk to your father.
I forged swords once. Now it's scythes and O's. For good arms, you'll need to go to Novigrad.
Wanted to ask you about Hannah. Heard she looked after your children.
Aunt Hannah? Do you know where she is?
No, that's why I'm here. She maybe tell you where she was going, or anything else?
She said turnips are healthy and we ought to eat them. I saw her go to the forest with another lady. It was dawn almost. I'd gone out so I wouldn't wet the pallet.
The forest? She's done for.
Why?
A huge pack roams the area. None from the village dares go in the forest. Neelan's only one not afeared, but then he's a hunter.
Did you get a good look at the other woman? Know who it was?
No. She walked in front of Aunt Hannah. I couldn't see.
Thanks. Farewell.
Alright. Probably do some ESO tomorrow. I almost did some ESO this morning, and then I was sitting here. You know what? I think I'd rather do some Witcher 3 today.
Get out of my sight.
I'm still really undecided about the Gothic remake. I haven't seen anything that screams must play. I'm not saying it's a bad RPG. But I've been watching Cass's Plays stream it, and it looks intriguing. And if nothing else pops up on the menu, if nothing else comes out this month, we may give it a shot. But I definitely want to do Guild Wars 2 a little bit. I'm already doing this. I'm already doing Elder Scrolls Online. If there are no new releases, I'll probably just cycle through those handful of things for the month of June. Bad doggy. Black Flag's next month. Yep.
Witcher?
What are you doing here? Shouldn't be in the forest alone.
I came to tell you. You needn't look for Hannah. She'd have returned long past were she alive. I'll pay you twice Neelan's pledge. Just tell the man his Hannah's dead.
Don't want to know what happened to her?
I've no illusions, Witcher. In Velen, you're gone as long as she's been. You don't come back. Hannah's dead for certain. Neelan ought to accept his loss. Move on with his life.
Isn't this the quest where you find out that she was the one behind it all?
Strange. People usually prefer to know the fate of their loved ones, whatever the cost.
What good will it do? I'll not get my sister back. And Neelan's all I got left. I can't lose him too. And, well, he'll not rest till he avenges his Hannah, even if it eats up his life. The man deserves better.
Sorry, not in the habit of leaving jobs undone.
Folks speak true about you Witchers. You're heartless beasts.
That, my friends, is a woman scorned. My kingdom for an auto loot, or an area loot, my friends. There's one thing I am happy seems to be in most modern games, is an area loot feature.
Claw marks. Deep. No man did this. Cuts. Made with long claws. Flesh torn clear off. This is getting interesting. Must be Hannah. Smell of a rotting corpse, torn to pieces, splattered all around. Werewolf, no doubt about it. Gotta be careful.
Werewolf?
Blood and paw marks. Wonder where they lead.
Somewhere not good, I'll tell you that much.
Shit. Climbed the tree. I can't get up there. Maybe find something else on the ground.
No, the trail kind of dead ends right there. I can't seem to...
Tuft of fur. Whatever lost it hasn't bathed in a while.
Wafting, wafting. Delicious smell is now wafting, which I can follow.
Man's clothes. Shredded, but no sign of blood. Who rips their own clothes off, leaves them in the woods?
Well, there is a house right ahead.
Looks like a hunter's quarters.
Hello? crossbow, perhaps? Oh, I need a key.
Notes. Wonder whose.
Oh, this is not the quest I remember. I can go to that without a key. Going out there. Go. Creepy cave, that's just lovely. I was genuinely shocked at the reveal that Dawnwalker has a modern day aspect to it, which means they're already thinking ahead towards sequels.
No! Stop! Don't harm him!
Think we need to talk.
It's Neelan!
Lycanthropy can afflict anyone, but it is a curse, so sorry, but I have to.
You don't understand! I love him! He was near to being mine.
Oh, I
till
did
you
remember
came
this
along.
properly. I just didn't remember the
Go
werewolf
away!
part.
Leave us be!
What is this nonsense?
I love him. Always have. Even after I'd learned his secret.
You knew? Did you know I shut myself in here to wait out me change?
I knew, and I didn't mind. But you chose Hannah. I wanted her to see you. I wanted her to fear you. She'd not have stayed. And we could be together.
You brought her here. That night. 'Twas the reason I had the taste of blood in me mouth come morn.
I did it for us. She was to see you turn, not more. I didn't want her death. You've got to believe me.
I don't. And I'll kill you willingly. First time for that, in fact.
This is between the two of you. I refuse to meddle, but cross my path again, and I will kill you.
No! Mercy!
You had no mercy for your sister. I'll have none for you.
Just rewards, my friends. Just rewards.
Told you I'd kill you.
I knows well what you said. Do it.
If you want death, find some reins and a tree with a strong limb.
Wouldn't work. Couldn't do it. Always been a coward. Do it. Please.
Show me what you got.
Alright, that should key should get me into that box that was up here. Silver ore is always worth it. Okay, it was a nice chunk of XP. Definitely a better crossbow than what I have. It's good enough for now. Alright, what's next? Find the crones. Got a contract that's level 8. Probably need to play some Gwent at some point. Yeah, that's fine. We can do the main quest. It's level 6. Find the Pillar's Hut. I'm not surprised I'm not playing Gothic 1. I've talked about it like 15-20 times over the past few days about why I'm not playing it. Yet, anyway. It could still happen. But I'm not. It's just not... Never played the original, so I don't have the nostalgia that other people have for it. I had a really... listened to a really interesting... podcasts with some not super famous actors the other day. And it was, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. Let me collect my thoughts. Let me get where it's a little safer. I'll collect my thoughts. This will be a fun one. I can actually probably clip this out for YouTube. So someone was asking, more than one person have asked why I'm not streaming Gothic 1. And I had said earlier it's because it's not really jumping out at me as something I must play, and I'm not huge into nostalgia for nostalgia's sake. But this is also something that ties into, I was watching a podcast, it was on TikTok, so I was paying it, consuming a podcast. And it's basically lesser known actors, and it's this guy from, he was one of the two henchmen dudes who hung out with Jesse in Breaking Bad. Not Skinny Pete, the other guy. Let me get out of the road, otherwise the bark from these guys is going to be incessant. Oh, never mind, we're getting sucked into it. Anyway, during this podcast, they were talking about how...
We've got dibs on a chat with him. A long one.
Hang on. Let's just hold here for a second so I can get past this. They were doing a chat, and they were talking about how, for working actors, right? For the people who just work every single day, it can be really hard to get a leg up in any of the mediums these days. And competition is competition. But one of the things they talked about was big famous actors who are later in their careers, right? I think they called out Nicole Kidman as an example. And like, there's all these TV shows, these amazing TV shows being produced across all of these mediums. And when you look at like all of a sudden, it's like you'll see these people, these actors who've been big name actors for a long time. They're like leads in all of these shows, on top of still doing films, right? And they're doing like 6-8 projects a year. And these guys were talking about how it's really hard for, you know, people to get a foothold in the industry right now, because everything goes to people who have a name already established. And that's been common for many years in many industries, but it feels more prevalent now. But there's also something else at play, because there was another actor who was just talking about this the other day. Why am I blanking on his name? He was in Stargate SG-1, or Stargate, the movie, as James Spader. James Spader was doing an interview recently where he talked about the reason he does TV now instead of movies is because movies don't pay what they used to, and he has a level of lifestyle that he likes to maintain. He was very, very forthcoming about it. He's like, there's a lifestyle that I want to maintain for my family and I. We're not mega wealthy, but we've got a boat, we've got multiple houses, we like to take vacations. I like to maintain that lifestyle for my family and my loved ones and myself. So I do what I need to do to maintain that, and I take all the work I can. The work used to be in films, but films don't pay that much anymore, and the value of the dollar has changed. So now I do lots of television. So this is why it's part of the economics of why you see big film stars. Nick Cage just did his first ever TV show for Spider Noir, which I am watching. I've seen the first 2 episodes. I'll have a review up on that at some point. So you're seeing these previous film actors come into television, and now they're just dominating all of the positions in these shows. And what these 2 guys were talking about ties into that, but they also said, at what point is enough enough? Like, at what point, like, you're in your 70s, whatever, you're injecting yourself with all these things to make yourself look younger. You're trying to remain as bankable of a star as you were in your 30s and 40s. But you're already a multi-millionaire. You already have multiple properties. You already have all of these things. You get to fly private everywhere you go. You are catered to around the world because you are so famous. You get to live in luxury resorts and 5-star hotels. When is enough to let someone else through? And I was like, okay, there's some aspect of I don't want to work for my rewards going on here. Definitely. It's definitely people with a lesser economic standing complaining about people who have more than them. There's definitely that aspect of going on. But it also made me reflect on when is enough enough? When is enough enough? Because in the climb to the top, especially if you're somebody who came from nothing, in the climb to the top, you're so desperate to never be at the bottom again that you're willing to do whatever it takes and anything it takes to remain at the top. There is a psychological aspect to that of you can't let go for fear of letting go. So you become consumed. I think it's a line, it's a Tyler Durden line, maybe in Fight Club, where he talks about the things that you own come to consume you. I don't remember the actual, or the things that you, I don't remember the line now, but it's something along the lines of, you know, the things that you have end up owning you. And it was a serious, like, I was watching that podcast going, I'm seeing multiple angles of this conversation going on right now, but what resonated with me was, you're not wrong. When is enough? You know, when is it? When is it going to be enough? And so I've been watching all of these people who were out there, like, rushing to go do what were we talking about? The Gothic 1 remake. And I've been sitting here looking at it going, I think I might skip this one. It's like I'm in a blessed position where this year has been extremely successful. We've had 3 just absolute banger months. June is the first month I've had in a very long time where I don't have a whole bunch of new releases happening. I've been playing things that I want to play. Elder Scrolls Online, Witcher 3, doing some more Forza Horizon 2, looking at some Guild Wars 2. I'm cycling between these other projects. It's more Starfield, like things that I want to do for me, and not making any money. Right? It's been like, I mean, I'm maintaining my dailies, which is fine. That pays the bills, but I'm not pursuing the collection of wealth for these past 8 to 10 days. I've just been surfing, doing things for me, because I have enough, and I've been having a great time. For those of you who have been here on the morning streams, I think this past week in particular, my grandniece has come in here every single day when she wakes up and given me a big old hug on camera. I don't think her face has ever showed up, but you guys can see her little arms coming around. I try hard to make sure that the hug is down here because I don't necessarily want her face on camera. But she's come in every single day, and you guys have been able to see, her little arms come up and hug me. And, we don't have kids of our own. So, us taking care of her Monday through Friday when she goes to school, she's about to be 4 years old. That's a huge part of my life right now. And it has been really nice to be able to be present for that, because when those moments happen, I immediately ignore the stream and I focus on her. And I couldn't do that if I was focused only on pursuing the growth of the stream, the growth of the channel. Especially if I was pursuing, like, I gotta stay focused. I'm in work mode right now. Don't bother me right now, sweetheart. Daddy's working, Uncle, being able to just be like, that is the thing that's important. Chris has an upcoming surgery. That's what's important. Like, I have enough. You know what I mean? I don't need to play every single fucking new release that comes out. I don't know. It's a refreshing thing. I'm kind of enjoying the moment of breath, because I know as soon as July gets here, I've already got Assassin's Creed, and then there's something else in July. It was like, I think 3 or 4 things in July now that are happening. August is 3 or 4 things. It's like 3 to 5 new games every single month. I am not repeating last year. Last year we did like 13 games in August and 9 games in September. I can't do that this year. That's also, last year was when my eyes went, fuck you, and I had to go get glasses. So I think that was just the final push. I have enough. If other people, and you'll notice I haven't been streaming the events this time around. I didn't stream State of Play, didn't stream Summer Game Fest, not going to stream Future Game Fest, not going to stream the Xbox Game Show. I'm just sitting here watching them, clipping videos out. I have enough. I don't need to be live 24/7. But I will admit, that psychological aspect, that is challenging to navigate, because there is a part of me that sits here going, I should be live. I need to be there. How hard did you fight to get here? How hard was it to get to the point where you're able to make a living at this? Think of all the competition. Think of all the people that are live right now while you're not live. Think of all the people playing that game that you're not playing. That is a psychological fuckery. It's like if you've ever smoked cigarettes before and you try to quit, or you're in the process of quitting, that's what's nagging at the back of your brain. Just go smoke one, dude. Just a drag, bro. You just satisfy that itch. Fulfill that craving. It's that addiction, that need to be seen, that need to be important in front of an audience. I'm beginning to understand a little bit more now, also how stage actors and artists in general, like, I understand the feeling. Ego is a powerful thing, my friends. I also recognize that I'm in a very blessed position to be able to say, yeah, you know what, I have enough. I can take my foot off the gas. Not everyone's in that position. Some people are not yet in the position to take their foot off the gas.
Think you need to leave now?
Do we?
You do.
Well, let's go then.
Yeah, Chris and I did a lot of traveling in our 30s. So
Gotta
thankfully,
wonder about a man who could get
we
Edric's
didn't
friends
wait
all
till we
worked
were
up.
too old to go enjoy it.
Where will we go? Away from here.
But I would like to imagine that at some point we'll get back on the road and do some more trips. She really wants to go to Japan. I've mentioned this before.
Hey, anybody home?
I think she wants to go to
Open
Egypt
up,
as
it's
well.
safe now.
Devils. Who
When
do
our-
they bring?
When we no longer
What's
have
he
animal
I need your help.
responsibilities, we can
Oh,
probably
man.
do so.
Nay, a wolf. Grey, though not old. 'Tis he the Peller awaits.
Thanks, Vanessa. Appreciate it.
Recognize
Yeah, we've had
this?
some friends who have gone Studman.
Made of spruce wood, strong smell of juniper, designed to protect someone.
Freshly cut spruce sprinkled with goat's blood, then tempered with an incense of earth, smoke, and juniper.
I really want to go to New Zealand.
To protect her.
That's the only place left on the planet that I would really love to go to. So that'll be I could say that I have officially added something to my bucket list. Previously, everything's been clear off that, but I would love to go at some point.
So, designed to protect her. From what?
Oh, the besieged she was, evil all around, wanting to possess her. Old magic, born of oblivion, from dark sources emerged.
Old magic? Can you be more specific?
'Tis not for mouth speech, nor for the touch. A small protective charm, not a thing more a Peller could do.
Anna and her daughter are missing. Know where they are?
England is great.
Nay. Peller don't know. But the spirits could know. The Peller will augur, the spirits ask.
Spirits. Great. Fine with me. Long as I know where to look, where to find them.
Lost, must be found. Princess! None better than Princess for
Garth,
finding
what is
things.
up, buddy?
Princess.
James in
Which
the
princess?
house. So for everybody
Princess,
watching,
my goat.
Lenny
She
in
fled.
chat, this is a guy
Those men must have scared her off.
I met
Can we get back to the augury?
years and years and years ago. Him and his wife.
Without the goat.
When I was living in Greeley, Colorado,
No
they were
goat.
living in
Won't work.
Boulder, Colorado, if I remember correctly. And we somehow ended up playing in the same guild on the same server in EverQuest back around 1999-2000 era. Pure chance. The chances of playing in the same state within a couple of hours of somebody in the same guild on the same server in EverQuest is ridiculously low. Anyway, we ended up being in the same guild. I remember we used to meet up and go on like Tuesdays, or I forget what night it was, Tuesdays or Wednesdays. We would meet up in Loveland, Colorado at that pizza place, McGrath's. I still remember that place. It was like wood-fired pizzas, beers, those seasoned fries that they had are fucking delicious. I actually went back there with my sister and her kids and my wife when we went up to Colorado in 2019. I think was the last time we were up. And then I think I helped them move at one point in Boulder, and then they moved back to Canada. And we have sort of stayed in touch over the years, off and on. Facebook, I think, still, but I haven't. I think. If I remember correctly, Garth, you kind of went dark on social media a few years ago, so it's good to hear you guys are doing well. Seasoned fries, baby. That is a blast from the past, everybody. Days of EverQuest.
Will you help me if I bring the goat back?
Princess! Where have you got to, girl?
Fine. I'll get your goat.
The bell! The little bell's ringing. She loves it. Ring, ring, and she will follow.
Ring, ring, ring.
But for a while. But beware of wild strawberries. Raspberries, too.
Yeah, treacherous as beasts go. I always keep an eye out for them.
Okay, I gotta put this... Oh, it's already equipped. Alright, let's go find this goat. Oops. Oop, here we go. We got some prints.
This way, I think.
Doesn't sound good. There you are. Somewhere.
There you are.
Come on, Nugget. Let's go.
Come on. Let's go see the Peller. Come on. Take you back to the Peller. Misses you something awful.
Yeah, it's his
Should have
girlfriend.
guessed as much. What's a witcher compared to a patch of wild strawberries? This way, Your Grace.
Come on, you damn goat.
Where the hell did you go?
I gotta go find her again. Right on, Karth. I'm glad you guys are having fun. I am patiently waiting.
Bear, run, you stupid.
News would be like EverQuest 3 could be fun if they ever decide they're gonna finally do that. I would go play EverQuest 3, just like I'm gonna go play Guild Wars 3. Like I will happily play new games in my favorite franchises.
Do I really have to keep ringing this bell for you to follow? You're no roach, but I bet we could be friends in time. You've got that all-important quality every roach has to have. You don't talk much.
Here she comes.
Princess, flee not from the Peller, for there are wolves about.
Brought your girlfriend home, buddy.
Goat of mine, dearest, sweetest goat.
Can we talk about Anna and Tamara now? Know where they might be?
Blood. We need blood. A living being.
Fine. Be right back.
Princess is right there.
Will this do?
Got himself a rat. God, EverQuest. I was only 19 years old. It's a long time ago. It's like 25 years.
Blood. I see blood. Whose? No one. No Tamara. Just a child.
A child that lives not, yet did not die.
Mentioned a child. Whose?
Why, Anna's.
Anna was pregnant?
She was, and she miscarried.
Baron didn't mention it.
Afraid, perhaps, or ashamed, or forgetful. Or perhaps he had no wish to remember.
The Baron have anything to do with his wife's miscarriage?
Foul-tempered he is, and he's a fondness for hooch.
No doubt makes his temper even fouler. Did he abuse his family? Anna came to you. You must have noticed something.
The Pella's old, near blind, but Princess came and licked her hand.
So what?
She's a wise
La
beast.
Blanca.
Only
Yo
comes to
saqué.
those who
Ella
suffer.
entre y como smigo. Quería jalar tu pelo. No entiendo por qué. Se sube y estaba con sus dientes y sus garras también. Con los dos estaba haciendo esto. Por esa razón saqué afuera. No, vamos. No. Pinches gatos, olvidamos de sacarlos anoche y me despierto a las como 3:15, 3:04. Lucas. Estaba Lucas. Fue Lucas. Y sabes que había un gato reposando aquí en el techo. Abajo. Bastante. Pero en el techo. Por en la esquina. Frodo estaba. Se escapó. Me imagino desde la ventana también. Frodo estaba loco. A las 3:15 no sé qué pasa. Arriba del dolor constante. Pero también estoy tapado.
What happened to the child?
In a grave thrown, without rite or ceremony, it awoke. Now it wanders, it seeks vengeance.
A botchling.
Alright, Chris
White
is
wolf,
awake. I'm gonna go grab
wise
another cup of
wolf,
coffee.
Catch
in
the
a second.
botchling. The botchling will help.
He missed
Lead
the
wolf to
moistness.
the loved ones.
Botchlings suck the blood of pregnant women and eat their fetuses. They don't help.
'Tis a being cursed, and witches lift curses. If the white wolf can't lift it, he should bring me its blood. Blood will always find kindred blood.
Whatever I do, I gotta find the botchling first.
Seek it at midnight, near the grave that lies empty.
If what you say is true, the Baron ought to know where that grave is.
Alright. Chris is out. I'm gonna grab my coffee, grab Snow White, bring her in the room. All right. Got my second cup of coffee. Back door has been opened up. Cat door has been opened up so all the cats can come in and out. Blanca's in the office with me. It is 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning. We are an hour and 10 minutes into our morning stream. All right, bestiary on botchlings. Gotta transform it into a lubricant. God, the bestiary is one of the coolest parts about this game. Spectres. Man, I am so excited for the upcoming Lord of the Rings game that Warhorse is working on. I know we're several years away for it, but I'm picturing a modern, you know, something that looks like this or better, you know, that Kingdom Come 2 style, that Witcher style open world, classical fantasy RPG. Ah, can't wait. It's my only lament is that Lord of the Rings Online, as much as I love that game, it's old. Star Wars: The Republic, love the game. It's old. I'm old. I want new versions of those games.
Lightning strike.
Not new versions of those games, but I want new worlds to explore in those universes. Like I said, I'm so happy we're getting new Star Wars games this year. We need a new Lord of the Rings game. Whoa, I missed that. Come on. Was I a PC gamer to start? No, I was a Nintendo Entertainment System. And then PC. And then PlayStation 1, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and then I skipped all the way until PS4 because I was traveling and didn't have time to game. So I was only on PC for the years that I was traveling. And then I got back into consoles with the Series X and the PS4. PS4 into Series X, and then I got my PS5 last year? I think I got my PS5 last year. No, year before. Fuck, I don't remember. I think it was the year before. I think I got my console. I would have to go back and look now, to be honest with you. But I think I had my PS5 for like a year, and then it blew up, and then I got my second one. Yeah, that's what it was. So I got my PS5 in 2024. Do we gotta go all the way around this fucker? More was. I have not played the new Star Wars: The Republic update, and I probably never will. I kind of don't care to play that game until they add controller support, and it's doubtful that they will ever add controller support to that game. Just as it is doubtful that they will ever add controller support or console launch to Guild Wars 2. And I just don't like playing games on mouse and keyboard anymore. I just don't. And I set up Star Wars Republic through Steam, and I spent about 20 hours of my fucking time trying to figure out and, you know, get controllers working, and it just wasn't good enough. It's just not, like, I tried half a dozen different Steam controller layouts from different people. I ended up going mostly with the Star Wars Turista controller layout, but even that wasn't good enough. Tweaked a bunch of stuff to my own likings, but you still can't get all of it working on controller. So it's this weird hybrid of I'm playing it half keyboard, half controller, and I just... Yeah, but I saw, if you're the person who talked about the touchpad thing, do with your thumb, that's cool, but you can't do that with, like, just a normal PC. That's only something you do with touchpad. I'm glad you got it working that way on a handheld. That sounds cool. It's a phenomenal game. Oh, you've never seen the movie, Vanessa? Oh, wow. That's probably one of the peak Robert De Niro performances. It's actually a like scary character. I've heard very good things about the new one. I don't have enough time to watch all the shows anymore. I'm trying to get through Spider Noir right now.
Halt! Stand in Jew! I challenge you!
Boots a bit big, maybe? Careful not to trip.
Halt, I say! I am Renfail of the Small Marsh, bound by a sacred oath.
Oh, that's rough. My sympathies.
To honor Maid Bilberry, fairest of all maids I know, by dueling 100 knights to the death. Now, draw your sword post haste, for I've 99 left after you.
Why are you challenging me? Don't recall doing anything to offend the Maid Bilberry.
Well, why? Then swear. Swear! Maid Bilberry's the most loveliest of all.
Thing is, I've never laid eyes on her.
Aha! Ah! I shall wash your scorn away with thy blood fiend. Stand and fight! Yield! I yield!
Had enough?
Yes, luck stood with you. But the next time we meet...
Challenge me again. Raise your hand. Draw your sword. Look at me the wrong way. And I'll kill you.
You so sure of that?
Yes.
We shall see.
De Niro used to be a really, really, really good actor.
nattering about again? Don't calm him down.
Alright.
Oswin! Where's Oswin? Anyone seen him?
Believe I saw him heading to the stable.
What?
Fire. You blind? Nobody willing to put it out?
Ain't that simple. Most are afraid. Baron flies into a rage. He takes no prisoners.
My brother's in the stable! We've got to save him! He'll burn alive! Him and the horses!
See what I can do.
Hurry now! Quick!
It didn't work. No! How do I get in here? They're gonna burn alive while I fucking try to figure it out. Oh, there's a ladder.
Shit. Fire's spreading.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. You
Lots of
took too
smoke.
long.
Gotta hurry.
Over here! Can't get out! Roof collapsed!
Coming to get you.
Where is he? Over here, roof's roof's collapsed. The fuck is he? I might choke to death because I don't know where this motherfucker's at. I don't think I got the stable hand. I got the horses.
With a hero in our midst! You've earned yourself a barrel of Lyrian!
I know your wife miscarried. Was that before or after you beat her to a pulp?
What the fuck are you suggesting?
Don't play me for a fool. You'd been beating them for years. Finally, they'd had enough and fled. Sound about right?
Ah!
Come on.
Come on, you fat fuck.
They ran from you, didn't they?
Lying prick!
Oh, Jesus, he's actually quite...
We need to talk. Sit down. You beat them.
I never laid a finger on Tamara. Not once.
And on Anna.
That's another story. She always knew how to spark my ire.
No sympathy for a wife beater.
You knew they had run away from the start.
Yes, I knew.
Why didn't you tell me? Wasted my time.
Say I had. Say I'd said I had troubles. Couldn't control my wife, my daughter. What kind of flaccid prick would you take me for?
That, my friends, is what you call toxic masculinity in the flesh.
Gotta admit, I do think you're a prick. Not because you couldn't control them, but because you drove them away.
What?
Don't play the idiot. You gave them no choice.
Anna and I. It wasn't as it seemed. Seems.
Don't much care what you have to say. I'm supposed to find your family, and I will, with your dead baby's help.
What? How?
Sometimes miscarried fetuses, if they don't get a proper burial, turn into botchlings.
Into fucking what?
Details you don't need to know. There's a bond of blood between this creature and your wife and daughter. I can use that bond to find them.
How?
One of two ways. Legends claim you can bury a botchling under the family's threshold, perform a ritual, and turn it into a lubberkin. That's a sort of, hob, a guardian spirit that could lead me to your family.
And the other way?
We kill it and draw some blood. Take that to the Peller and he does the rest.
Do not kill my child. It's suffered enough already. Lift the curse that it may finally rest in peace.
Whatever we do, we gotta find the botchling first.
I'll show you where I buried her, and I'll dig the grave at my threshold.
If it turns out we can't transform the botchling into a lubberkin, they can bury us in it. Handy either way. The sooner we resolve this, the better. Best do it tonight, at midnight.
Then wait here with me. Near midnight, I'll take you to where I buried her.
Get word to the common folk. Let us stay in their homes tonight and draw a line of salt outside their doors. And try to sober up.
Do I take a shovel to dig up the grave?
Take it. You'll need it, but not for that.
Line of Salt makes me think, man, how cool would it have been to have gotten a Supernatural game based on the Supernatural show?
A bit further. Follow me.
Co-op gameplay, playing as the two Winchester brothers. Monster hunting. Surely somebody pitched that idea somewhere, somewhen.
Why would we?
Mistake. Names are powerful seals.
Here's the spot.
You do like an 8-chapter game. Each chapter's a couple hours long.
Chose a lovely spot.
Damn it, will you relent? I'm ploughing now I've done wrong.
Good. The grave's dug up and empty.
What's that mean?
Botchling's on the prowl.
Look!
Dada? Dada? Dada?
Oh, they make you choose quick.
And if it goes Garrity, it'll bite us in the arse before we know it.
Keep screaming and it will turn rabid. It's calm for now.
Bloody hell. What happens when it gets plowing restless?
It'll bite through your jugular and you'll bleed to death before I can help. Tell me if it starts wriggling. I'll calm it with magic. Pick it up. Take it in your arms.
Merciful gods!
Dada?
Back to the fortress.
What? With this?
As I recall, you were the one wanted to test the old legends, change it into a lubberkin.
Oh, fuck.
Spectres.
Shit, I think I have to.
Do something! Not bad. do you want to do with it?
Me? Nothing. This is your job. Told you, gotta bury it under the threshold. If the tales are true, by tomorrow it'll be a lubberkin. From then on, it'll watch over your house and help me find your family.
Dada.
Honestly, it doesn't sound that different from actual real babies.
Coming. Need to hurry.
On with it. We'll not wait till it devours.
Hang on, I got what the fuck is
What now, you piece of filth?
Here it is. Jesus, fuck off.
Squirming again. It worked. It stopped.
What's up, Dukes?
Chosen a name?
No,
So think of one. It's important.
it's a girl. What would Anna have named her?
Not my fucking problem.
What's up, Napier?
What now?
Repeat after me. By the powers of earth and sky.
By the powers of earth and sky.
By the world that was to be your home.
By
Thanks for the raid,
world
Napier.
that was to be your home.
Forgive me, you who came, but who I did not embrace.
Forgive me. You who came, but who I did not embrace.
I name thee, say her name, and embrace thee as my daughter.
I name thee Daya, and embrace thee as my daughter.
Dada.
Good. Now bury the body.
Dude, if you ever tried using one of those kind of shovels in real life, talk about breaking your back. There's a reason we moved on to longer handled shovels in the modern world.
What now?
In 1 day's time, Daya should turn into a lubberkin. I'll stay here and wait. You go home.
I'll wait with you.
Out of the question.
But that's my child. And the guilt, the responsibility for all this lies with me.
Time for parental impulses? It's long past. Besides, nothing else you can do here.
But
No buts. Just
Homestead
witcher's
work,
left to do here.
indeed.
Gotta wait a day and a night for the botchling to turn into a lubberkin. That's it. Go
I've got to,
home.
at some point
Try not to drink yourself stupid again.
in the next couple of weeks, I've got to do some repairs to the catio. So when we originally built all the catio stuff, it was an emergency build because we were trying to just safeguard our cats because we had just lost one to traffic. And so we just did it all with chicken wire, which is a great, cheap, temporary solution. And it has lasted 4 years. However, the bottom edge of the chicken wire, all along the bottom of the... So we have rebar that we laid down across the bottom to weight it down. Not weight it down, but to pull it down straight so that we have nice, straight chicken wire. And then we tied it all off with wire ties to that rebar. But over time, with the accumulation of dirt and rain and everything else, all the bottom rings on that chicken wire have started to rust through. And so we have basically cinder block on either side of the chicken wire right now to hold the chicken wire in place because there's nothing holding the bottom in place. And our cats specifically the two male cats, Frodo and Smeagol, have consistently, or they were consistently, finding the openings and pushing at it until they could figure out where they could get through. And they got out 3 or 4 different times until they finally shored up the whole bottom edge. But I have a bunch of like proper wire mesh, which we use for other projects. I have a roll of it just sitting in the storage room. So at some point I need to go outside and cut off like a 9-foot long section and just get it in place, tie it all down. But it's not like an emergency thing. It's just something that's got to be done at some point. We still have to sort out what we're doing for a stairwell up to the rooftop garden, which got installed in January. She has been slowly getting rid of all of her ducks because of the her upcoming surgery. We can't have that many ducks on hand, so slowly we've been getting rid of all the ducks. We're trying to get down to maybe like, 6 ducks maybe instead of 30. I think we're down to like 15. Unfortunately, she also just let some hatch, so there's 5 little babies running around. But she has sworn that she's giving those away. She's like, I just wanted to let. She said she did it for our grannies, and because she felt sorry for these ducks, not letting them have a round of babies. So she let 2 of the ducks have a couple of eggs, and they run around like a pair of mamas. I think the ducklings are like a week old at this point, but it's a pair of them, and they're running around with little 5 ducklings. Our grandniece tried to take ducklings home this past weekend and got very upset that we wouldn't let her take them home with her for the weekend, and they were only like 2 or 3 days old at that point. And it was like, you're not taking home 3-day-old ducks. Give them a couple weeks, you can take them home, and you can have some ducks. I'm sure her mom will be thrilled. But there's always stuff going on outside. Like my chicken coop that I built 4 years ago when I moved in, I had to build with shitty lumber because it was the only lumber available in this small town that I live in. And
By blood's power, I
the wood was
summon you.
already
With
halfway
your name,
rotten.
I beseech you.
And
Hear my
I've got
call and
I've got
arise,
two
Dea.
boards that have rotted out. One of them is halfway fallen out, and my rooftop is sagging in the middle. And we looked at it, and I was like, should we repair it?
Lead
She's
me
like,
to those
I don't think
bound
it's
to
worth
you
it
by
because of all the
blood.
wood just being low quality wood anyway, and living in this humid climate. She said it's better just to let it go until it completely falls down, then we'll just burn it. It's like, fair enough. There's always work to do, and that's what Chris does all day, every day, in between watching the grandniece, and she's tired of it. She was telling her sister the other day, she's like, the ducks were a fun experiment. She said, but it's too much. It's too much. And I think the big deciding factor was no one wants to buy the duck eggs. So she has been throwing out, I mean, we probably have 200 duck eggs in the kitchen right now. No joke. There's probably 200 duck eggs in containers. No one around here wants to buy duck eggs. Chicken eggs, however, fly off the shelves. If you have chicken eggs, it's just there's a cultural thing here where people are like, ew, duck eggs, gross. And so it's kind of like hey, there's no market for it, so we might as well not do it anymore. And it's just too much work. And a chicken is really easy to process. It's like an hour to take care of a chicken. Maybe, it's probably more like 2 in total. Whereas a duck is like, it's 4 to 5 hours to process a duck. Like to butcher it, pluck it, gut it, cut it up, get it into the freezer. It's like 5 hours of work, 4 to 5 hours of work. Whereas a chicken she can do in like an hour and a half to 2 hours. I do enjoy duck eggs, but they do not enjoy me. I get stomach aches.
Sure wasn't lavender they kept in there.
About 30% of the time I eat duck eggs, I get stomach aches because they're just so rich in fat and it doesn't agree with my stomach. I do love them though. My favorite way to eat duck eggs is over easy on buttered toast, like just freshly buttered, just whatever kind of toast, bread. Nice and crackly.
A bracelet.
Butter on it.
One of them
a
must
couple
have
of
dropped it.
over easy eggs on top. Sprinkle it with some cheese, maybe. It's good stuff.
Horseshoe. No way a pitch burner could afford a horse. Clothing. They change in here? Both were here. I'm going the right way.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, though, 'cause, like, no one wants duck eggs. Like, we've had multiple people over, and Christina's family has bought some of them off of us. But that's just because they don't have a problem with it. And they all have different ducks and stuff. But we've had family friends over, and they're like, ew, no. People at church, ew, no. So, yeah, she's over it, because she's just been throwing eggs out for months now, because we just can't. You can't keep up. Got like 20 duck laying eggs. It's like 20 eggs every single day, plus the chicken eggs. Even if we're cooking half a dozen a day, you're still in surplus, like 15, 20 eggs every single day. That shit adds up fast.
Necrophages had a field day. Still worth a closer look.
Oh, there's another one left. That's why I can't loot.
Should examine that horse carcass. Show me what you got.
Caw, caw.
What do we have here?
I like eggs, of course. Like, chicken eggs. I can eat 6 eggs a day, easy. Eggs are like, for me, eggs, potatoes, and cheese. I don't care how you give me eggs, cheese, or potatoes. I will eat eggs, cheese, and potatoes any way you give them to me. I just love them. Duck eggs, I think that it's weird because I don't like boiled. You know how, like, so boiled chicken eggs, like hard-boiled eggs, I love those. Little salt, little pepper, fucking amazing. Like, with all sorts of different things. You can do them with hummus, do them with veggies, do them with cheese, egg sandwiches, put eggs in your salad, make chicken salad with eggs. You can make potato salad with eggs. So many ways. But I don't like boiled duck eggs. They don't have the same flavor. I do prefer, like, when I'm talking over easy eggs on toast, I prefer the duck eggs because they are creamier. That yolk is thicker, and it's just like an amazing, it's almost like a gravy that you have on top of your buttered toast. Chef's kiss. But yeah, I love eggs. I eat eggs any way I can. Fucking amazing. One of my favorite things, I don't know what the recipe is called, but when I was living in Bulgaria, they would do this thing where they would have a bowl of yogurt, like Greek yogurt, base yogurt, and they would have feta cheese or goat cheese that would go into that, and then freshly minced garlic into that, and then they would drop 2 eggs over easy, or poached, whatever you want to do, but just something with runny yolk, but a couple of poached eggs you can put in there, drop that into that, and then put smoked paprika on top of that with some salt, and then freshly toasted bread. That mixture of like garlic and egg and yogurt and cheese and paprika with buttered toast and coffee is just to fucking die for. But you have to have a partner who can handle the garlic, or not have a partner, because you will be a garlicky individual for the rest of the weekend. It's so good though. Oh, delicious stuff. Oh, we probably have, Napier. I repeat myself a lot.
Bones have been here a while. Chewed on
The good thing is,
saddle.
though, we are
Necrophages will eat anything these days.
we're definitely down. I think we've gotten rid of about 10 ducks in the past month, so we're definitely down.
Giant
finally.
claws. Wasn't a necrophage made these marks. Horseshoes missing. Is this the animal that lost one in the smokehouse? Head torn clear off. Takes incredible strength. Must have been attacked by a powerful beast. Surprised him.
Excuse
Hope they got
me.
away. Trail goes on. Good thing it doesn't end here.
No, we still have animals, and we will still have animals. She doesn't want to have that many ducks. We're going to get down to 3 to 6 ducks. We definitely are keeping the 3 named ducks, which are the 3 originals that we have. So the OG ducks, Renato, Raquel, and Cappuccino are our 3 original ducks, which then spawned all the other ducks that we have. We're definitely keeping those because those have been given names. Those are pets. Those will never be butchered, and we will never get rid of them. We will keep them until they are no longer with us. I think what she has talked about is keeping those 3, and then occasionally letting the 2 letting the 2 ducks brood from time to time to provide her family with the seasonal ducklings that they would require for harvest. Because, you know, big dinners, birthday parties, Christmas time, people want to have a duck to butcher. And so she's thinking about raising them just for her family's needs, so that she never has more than, you know, half a dozen or so at a time. And then still keeping...
Seems she wants me to take a closer look.
Chickens are easy. Like half a dozen to a dozen chickens are easy. It's enough eggs for us to have eggs every day, and a few excess that she can sell to people at church and stuff. And those are easy for her to maintain. Chickens, she's never had a problem with. Ducks are way too much maintenance. And I don't think she had a problem with it so much before, but since she's watching the grandniece now Monday through Friday, like our grandniece, she's 4 years old in July, she requires 100%. Like, you know, she's, you know, we got to be with her all day. And so Chris just doesn't have the time that she used to just
Who's that?
be farmer all day.
Go on now.
What you seek here, sir? Our hut's out of the way.
So whatever she can do with a few
Yes,
hours in the
nothing.
morning and evening will
We
be
knows
what
nothing.
we end up with.
Just need information. Looking for 2 women, the Bloody Baron's wife and daughter.
Not a soul have been here, sir.
Sure? Not even passing through? Daughter's medium height, about 20. Her mother's thin, about 40. Seen them?
That sir came at night, right, Mummy? Quiet, boy.
Where'd the girl go? Your son said enough. No point in playing dumb anymore.
Sorry, sir, but you don't look like one of our father's men.
Because I'm not. I'm looking for Tamara and her mother. I need to know if they're alive and safe.
Tamara is high. She's to my brother's place in Oxenford. But Mrs. Anna, that's another tale.
Though anywhere's better than the Crow's Perch with a baron.
Why?
Cause he beat her, sir. Beat Mrs. Anna, I means.
Correct,
Everyone
Napier.
knew,
It's a lot of work.
But not a one lifted a finger for to stop it.
Chris grew up on a small farm. Like her mom always butchered their own cows, chickens, ducks. So that's something where even because I grew up on a dairy farm and we always butchered our own meat and we always had pigs and my family went into beef cattle farming after the dairy farm. But we never processed our own stuff. It was always you send it to the butcher, and the butcher does it. You know, the meat packing plant does it for you. The butcher does it for you. Oh, are you claiming a Renfail rant, Napier? Copy that. Yeah, no, that's perfect. We could do that. Let me get past this dialogue section here real quick.
What happened to Tamara's mother?
We're like this. I was awaiting in the old smokehouse with horses. Cold as hell and so dark, couldn't see past 2 ells in front of you. Moon had risen high, and still they hadn't come. Began to fear some demon had snatched them. But finally, they came forth, and we sets off towards the river. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a gale arose. Thought it'd tear my head off. And those damn birds, swarms of them coursing o'er the woods, raising a racket to make your ears bleed. Mrs. Anna screamed, bent over into herself. Tamara knelt down, gripped her arms. 'Twas then I saw it. Fiery marks on her hands.
Fine. What happened next?
Grew even darker. Seemed someone had put out the stars. Crickets all went silent of a sudden. And then, from the woods, a roar. Broke out in a cold sweat, and before I could catch my breath, a beast jumped out of the woods, big as a barn, with horns and 2 burning coals for eyes. I thought I was done for. Beast attacked Mrs. Anna's horse, ripped its head off, carried her off into the woods. Our horses, mine and Miss Tamara's, got spooked and tore off willy-nilly. 'Twas the only reason we escaped.
The miss wanted to go back for her mother, but my wife pleaded, said she'd die
What's
out
up,
there
Luke?
alone. Miss Tamara agreed not to go.
Why help them at all? You risked a lot.
I'd a debt. Owed Miss Tamara. 3 moons passed, a fever gripped my boy. Tamara learnt it. Brought food and salves. Me, myself, I'd have never dared to help. But my missus told me a time of war and contempt's come. A time of folk gone wrong.
What a quote.
We needs to repay good with good. Who stands by idly does evil as if.
Oh, that
Married a
fucking
wise
line.
woman.
Who stands idly by does evil as if.
Boy,
Holy
shame we couldn't
shit.
save Mrs. Anna in the end.
What marks?
They's, well, like burned on with hot iron. On the palms, inside.
Burned? Like a cattle brand?
Aye, though these wasn't black scars scabbed over. They's hot and glowing, as if they burned with raw fire.
Alright.
Thanks for your help.
The lady, she'll be all right in the end, won't she?
I'll do what I can to see that she is.
No promises, though. Nice. Alright, we have a Renfail rant to redeem. So Napier redeemed a Renfail rant in the middle of our discussion on homesteading, chickens and ducks and all that stuff. And I was talking about butchering meat and raising cows and stuff. So the rant was, I want to redeem a Renfail rant on the statement of how the average person in today's society is capable of homesteading, but would rather not do it because of the convenience that has been provided to everyone to just be able to go to the supermarket and just buy your stuff and not have to deal with the blood and guts and the processing of your meat. And I was saying that, like, so as an example, my wife was raised, her mom raised chickens, ducks, pigs, cattle, and always in small numbers, just enough to feed their family, but her mom did all the butchering. Chris learned how to butcher and dress animals from the time she was a little girl. So there's various ways you can do that. She knows how to. Chris is the one who takes care of all of the processing of our meat animals here on the homestead. So right now we just do meat chickens. We have meat and egg chickens and we have meat and egg ducks. Usually the way it works is males are always going to become meat creatures and the females become egg-laying creatures unless the animal is no longer laying eggs, in which case it also becomes a meat animal. And then in the rare case, for example, we had a hermaphrodite chicken about 6-8 months ago that we ended up butchering. She was super amazing, but not meat producing, not egg producing. Not egg producing and not a male. Therefore, she had to go. He, she, it, they had to go. So I think there's some aspect of it. Oh no, well, let me continue that statement before I go into the next part. So, and then I grew up on a dairy farm and cattle ranch. We always butchered our own animals, but we didn't do the butchering. We would send the animal to the meat packing plant, the butcher shop, and they would process the animal, package it, freeze it, and then we just show up with a cooler, fill up the cooler, take it home, stick it in the freezer. So whether it's my family side or my wife's family side, I have always been in a position of eating my own animal. So I know where it came from, what it ate, how it was treated, what chemicals went into it, what antibiotics went into it. I know exactly what has been done to that animal. But it is a messy, time-consuming money sink. It is honestly cheaper, 100% cheaper, to just buy your meat from the store. Depending on where you live, obviously, but if you can go straight to a meat packing plant or a butcher shop and buy it from them in bulk, it's always going to be cheaper to just do that. If you buy from the supermarket in packaged things of like, I just want to buy 1 steak or 2 steaks, you're going to pay a premium for that. Most people are okay paying that premium because they don't want to deal with the blood and guts and everything else. They don't want to think about the ugly side of meat production. And if you're a vegan, I'm sorry for you. I really am. That's not who we are as scientific creatures. We can argue the ethics of it another time. If you think that being a vegan saves animal lives, you're out of your fucking mind, because every time you plow a field, you're killing thousands of animals. Every time you make a field only grow a certain crop and you spray it with pesticides and you kill off all the insects, you're also killing off the snakes, the shrews, the mice, the birds. Don't give me that shit that being a vegan saves animal lives. You're full of shit. Anyway, moving on. Anyway. There are humane ways to do it. So, a lot of people don't like the actual farming aspect of farming, right? They don't want to think about it. They don't want to do the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. Because the reality is, if you're gonna raise meat chickens or any sort of animal for slaughter, whether it's a chicken, a goat, a horse, a duck, a cow, whatever that animal is, it is going to cost you a shitload of money to feed it, a shitload of money to vaccinate it, a shitload of money to keep it healthy and keep it alive during the heat and the cold and everything else, and against the creatures of the world that want to kill it, and every organism on the planet Earth that wants to make it die. You have to be willing to spend money and time to keep that thing alive until it can be turned into food for you and your family. Then on top of that, you've got all of your labor costs, because that shit is not being done by other people. It's being done by you. And that's backbreaking, sweaty, dirty labor. You are cleaning chicken coops. You are collecting eggs in the rain, snow, sleet, or shine. You are pulling calves in the dead of winter or in the middle of summer when the cow can't give birth to the animal, so you're out there with a set of chains and you're down there in the fucking filth and you're putting chains on that calf's hooves and you're pulling that calf out of the cow. And when you've got, doesn't matter if you've got 10 cows or 200 cows, sometimes you have to help cows give birth, just like sometimes you have to clean up and help human beings give birth with C-sections. That's a very dependent situation though, Drew Brom. And I can get into actually my brother's been getting into the economics of that over on his YouTube channel, with how much it costs to fertilize their fields with foliar fertilizer to increase grass production for their cattle. So if you're interested in the economics of that kind of stuff, my brother he covers that kind of stuff over on their YouTube channel, because they raise cattle and they do their own pastures. You have to have the money to be able to have vast amounts of land in order to be able to economically make it make sense. Because if you're just talking the average hobby farmer who wants to have 5 chickens in their backyard, you are not going to be able to produce 5 chickens cheaper than what the butcher store is going to be able to produce. You know what I mean? Because that farm can produce 5,000 chickens. And when you can produce 5,000 chickens, the costs go way down compared to producing 5 chickens. But yeah, cleaning up, all that stuff, the maintenance of the animal, and then there is the processing of the animal in order to make that animal into something that can be consumed by human beings. That in and of itself is a time-consuming process that also carries with it the burden of taking another creature's life. That's the reality. And a lot of people, that's where the veganism comes into play. They can't stomach the idea of taking another creature's life. And that is that's a personal burden that some people have to bear, but I tell you this, no lion, no tiger, no bear is ever going to give a shit about your emotions if it catches you alone in the woods. It is going to rip your head off, rip your throat out, rip your stomach out. It will eat you alive. It will not give a shit about your emotions and what you feel. And we are, at the end of the day, creatures on planet Earth. And that cackling is really creepy as we're having this discussion. The very least, we as human beings can give an animal a humane death if we are raising animals for consumption. And that emotional impact is something that goes along with it. So my wife is not in here right now to talk about this, but maybe this is a conversation we could have over on the Homestead channel too. She does not like killing. She has no problem taking care of chickens, right? She has no problem processing chickens. She does have a problem processing ducks, and she got to the point earlier this year where she said, I don't want to process any more ducks. I'm just going to give them away I'm just going to sell them to other people and they can process them. And the reason she says that is because ducks, unlike chickens, ducks have they act like puppy dogs, and they follow you around and they learn your names, and it's if you give them names, and so there's an emotional connection that makes them less of an animal for consumption and more of a pet. That is an aspect of farming that not a lot of people want to deal with. What's the difference between a pet that you give a name to and you know you're never going to eat, and its offspring, which you're going to eat and you don't give names to so that you can separate that emotional connection? That is another ugly side of farming and homesteading that a lot of people are not emotionally capable of holding up to. So it's not even just about the economics of it. It's not just about the dirt and the grime and the hard labor that's associated with raising creatures for consumption. It's also the emotional impact that it takes on you as a human being, where you are willfully unaliving something else to consume its flesh. There has to be a respect value there for the creature. You need to be in a position to do it humanely. I think the best way I ever heard about it was on I can't remember his name. He did a Netflix series early on in the Netflix days. It was called Cooked, I think it was called. It was 4 episodes. And each episode was dedicated to the way people produce food with a certain element. So earth, air, fire, and water, and how people produce food for human consumption using those 4 elements. And there was a pig farmer they talked to, and she talks about like all her pigs are queens and kings and princes and princesses, and they are treated like royalty all the way up until the day they are taken care of, and they have one bad day. But apart from that, they live a life of luxury. They are treated like royalty until they get to the point where it's time to shuffle off this mortal coil. There is a lot to producing animals and homesteading. So going back to the original question, everybody is capable of homesteading, but most would rather not do it because of the convenience that has been provided to everyone. Correct. So the convenience that we've done for most people is we've eliminated because we've mechanized it in most cases. If you're consuming commercial beef or meat of any kind or dairy of any kind. It has been commercialized, and we have automated those processes for the most part. Like if you've ever, I mean, it's not a pleasant subject, but if you have never looked into it, you know, commercial production of chickens is a terrifying thing. Commercial production of beef is a terrifying thing. Because there is no humane way to feed billions of people on planet Earth. There's no humane way to do that. End of story. No humane way to do that. If you want to take control of that part of it, you can, but the convenience factor is so high for most people that they don't want to deal with the emotional impact of unaliving another creature, and they don't want to deal with the hard work and labor it takes to raise something from hatchling or baby up until the point where it becomes food on the table, because it's a lot of back-breaking labor that goes into that, and it's expensive as fuck. It really is. So it becomes, you know, agriculture is a job, and if you're going to produce food for your family, it has to replace it. It requires so much time and effort that it is a full-time job to produce food for your family. To produce food for your family from your own land is a full-time job. You cannot be working as a structural engineer in town and having this. Like, you have to make a decision, or you have to be in a partnership like I'm in, where one of us works this and the other one takes care of the farm. Chris takes care of that was her dream. That's what she asked for. She wanted to leave the city and move back home near her family and have a homestead. And I said, okay, whatever you want, honey. And so we bought the land, and she has been doing that for 4 years now, 4.5 years. But it is full-time. And yeah, it requires the whole family. Like, she has her grandniece helping her with chores. Her sister helps with stuff. I help when I can, but I also recognize, you know, I spend 12 to 14 hours a day in here. This is my day job. And then I help build structures when it's needed. I built the cat shelter, the chicken coop. We helped build the catio together. We've done a bunch of remodeling together. But she handles the 9 to 5 of that. And that's what she loves. Let me scroll through chat. Luke Patton says, had my first successful deer hunt last year. It surprised me how much of an emotional toll it took. Fully intended to kill for food. Don't regret it. We'll do it again, but it was heavy. It is heavy. I don't think it gets at least not for me, it's never gotten any easier. But it's also necessary. Like, we cannot survive as human beings without something else paving the way for us to survive. That's just a fact of life. And that's a whole other argument that we can have at some point. Like I was joking earlier about the vegan side of things, because we had a very good friend of ours actually who was vegan for all the reasons that someone might want to be vegan. Moral reasons, ethical reasons, health reasons. She was a travel blogger, and she went to Mongolia and spent, I think, 4 months in Mongolia and was not able to be a vegetarian or vegan while she was in Mongolia. Why? Because poor developing countries that are not part of the rich first world nations do not have access to vegetarian and vegan options. There's no almond butter. There's no vitamin B12 pills. There's no tofu. There's no fucking soy milk and almond milk. There is horse flesh, cow flesh, chicken flesh, eggs, and vegetables. There is what the people can produce from the ground, because that's what they have in Mongolia. They eat what they have access to. They are not importing soy milk and almond milk and oat milk for the vegans of the world. So she went to, and the blood sausage and all that stuff. They eat the whole animal in Mongolia. So she went to, as a 15-year vegan, went to Mongolia and came back from Mongolia and was like, I don't think I can really be a true vegan anymore after seeing that, because I realized that being a vegan is a first world nation, 1% lifestyle that we choose to live if we are rich enough and happen to live in a country where we have the luxury of choosing to make that option, because for the vast majority of the rest of the world, you don't get the option to be a vegetarian or a vegan. You eat what you're able to afford and what the land provides for you. That's 99% of the planet's reality. And so food production, if you really want to get down to it, is something that most people around the world are still doing. It's really only in the US and UK and Canada and some places where we have commercialized it so much that people have forgotten that we used to be producing all of our own stuff 100 years ago. But the problem with civilization and population is that you can't humanely do it for everybody. And if you want to support huge populations in dense cities, you can't have backyard chicken coops and all this other stuff because of disease and other stuff. So, yeah, I think it's a great thing if you can be in a position where you can own land and get back to basics. But I also recognize it is a luxury to be able to be in a position to purchase land and afford it and be able to produce your own food in a place where you're allowed to do so. Because you're not going to do it in a suburban environment. There are restrictions in place for a reason. Chicken, as an example, chicken bring rats. Rats bring disease, rabies, black plague, all sorts of other shit. We don't want that in populated areas. There's a reason why we have things like pasteurization and sanitation, right? Like Neil deGrasse Tyson, yeah, flies with pigs. Any sort of animal that you're going to have brings flies. You can't have that in an urban environment. Neil deGrasse Tyson has a great discussion on all these people who talk about organic, free range, and he's like, you do realize that up until the invention of penicillin, right, and antibiotics, the average lifespan was for people from the Stone Ages up until the mid 1800s. Like the lifespan for people was like 35-ish years, like 30 to 35 years. And then with the invention of antibiotics, we suddenly were able to double that. And science has allowed us to now live for 70 years instead of only 30 years. And the reason for that is because of things like antibiotics and sanitation. And sanitation, part of sanitation is the removal of the production of animals from urban environments because it has to be done outside because it's dirty. It's dirty. We have, like, no shit. Go watch my Homestead channel videos. If we eat outside, we are going to eat with flies trying to land on our sandwich and jump in our lemonade. And, you know, that's just the reality of us going and sitting out back because we have chickens and ducks and the neighbors have chickens and ducks, and then the neighbors in the woods behind us have pigs, and the neighbors beyond that have some pigs. There's also, I think, a couple of geese running around in the woods. Yeah, well, backyard gardens are a little different, but I understand the joke too. Iowa is nothing but garden state. Stedman says the city I live in Canada has a rat problem. Right, it's just... Anyway, producing your own food is fun. It's cool. It's very expensive. It's very backbreaking. There's an emotional cost. Most people are not willing to trade their convenience for that. I would argue that most people are not willing to trade their modern conveniences for all of that stuff. Most people would rather just keep going to the grocery store, order on Grubhub, use their Uber Eats, DoorDash. They don't want to know where it came from. They don't want to cook it. They don't want to clean it. They don't want to deal with it. They just want to... I mean, I watched... what's her name? Red-haired... Amaranth, I think is her name. Amaranth is her name. She did that... She did a podcast somewhere where I've seen the clip going around where she talks about how she doesn't... She doesn't grocery shop. She doesn't cook. It's 100% order out, take in. Like, she's like, I don't have time to grocery shop or cook. She's like, I'm streaming. Like, I'm busy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the reality for the vast majority of the civilized world living in first world nations, where they have the luxury of being vegans, and the luxury of Uber Eats, and the luxury of Grubhub and DoorDash, and all that modern convenience that comes with having a device at your fingertips that you can order something on immediately. Go travel the world. You'll see that it's not like that in the vast majority of places. I think we're going to call that homesteading is not for the weak. Whether you're physically weak or mentally weak. Great discussion, great question. Good stuff.
So here our paths diverge. Thank you, Dea. Go in peace.
Give me a few minutes, everybody. I'm going to step outside and take this opportunity to just take a quick break. I went and got the last of my coffee, but I'm going to step outside for about 5 minutes and rest my eyes, and we'll be back in a moment. So I took the luxury while I was outside. So if I can flip this around so you can see the whole video. She didn't know I was recording, but I went outside and was like, so she's out there working right now. There's baby ducks. I don't know if that's going to focus or not. Worth a damn. Anyway, she's out there checking grass, looking for eggs. There's chickens running all over the place. There's the two mamas with their 5 little ducklings. I think she finally realized I was recording her here. And that tree right there, you can't see it because it's like all weird because of the green screen. That tree is a Naranja tree, which has these fruit. I think we're getting 300 to 400 fruit every season from that thing. And we use those fruits for everything. They make a killer lemonade. You also use them in all your marinades for pork and chicken. The lemonade though is the best. Like it's freshly squeezed naranja juice, a little bit of brown sugar, cane sugar in water. Stick that in the fridge. You've got ice cold, refreshing lemonade style beverage. Anytime you want it on demand. That thing produces fruit year round. It did not produce fruit the first 2 years we were here. Last year it produced its first batch. There's actually, if you go back and look at the videos, when we first got to the homestead, that was the only tree in our backyard, and we have since cultivated, I don't know, we have 7 or 8 trees now, but it took us a long time to get them to grow, and the iguanas were a huge battle. And one of the trees we have in our way back at the back edge of the property has basically been destroyed. We got it to 2 years, and this year the iguanas tore it apart because it got big enough that the big iguanas were able to climb up in its limbs, and they would get up on the limbs, and then the limbs would snap off because of the weight of these 30-pound fucking iguanas that are like 6 feet long or whatever. And so that one tree, I don't know if it's going to survive until next year. We will know probably by the end of this summer if it's going to... If it makes it past the rainy season this year, it should survive and grow even bigger and stronger next year. But they've destroyed like 90% of its branches. I think it has like 1 or 2 branches that are still sticking up, and the rest of them are all broken off and dead, hanging there from the remnants of its body. Anyway, Chris is outside doing chores. Oxenfurt. I don't think I've been there yet, and I have a... Pretty sure I have a Gwent. I was told to go meet somebody there to play Gwent. I think the very first guy I played Gwent with told me to go there. The fuck is my horse?
Let's go.
The water roach. Better than a house roach.
You, that white one, like winter on a glass pane. His eyes red, like embers in what was that about? Army and whisper.
Trusty arms for all sorts. Steel swords and...
Is it only swords?
Master quality weapons. You capable of making them?
Who do you think I am? A Tory?
A Tory?
The master craftsman of Novigrad. Why, everyone's heard of him. Says he's retired now, so no. Ain't no one can do what you ask.
I'd like you to craft something for me. So long.
New quest of swords and dumplings.
If only me man weren't forever getting tossed at the tavern.
Gonna kill the monsters. What?
Sent my young'uns to pick mushrooms yesterday.
To the woods?
Alone. You know how it is.
Come on,
Have too many
come
mouths to
on.
feed.
Sack of flour, bean old here for the winner.
Food for the rest now.
No one out there wants to seize this chance.
Oxenfurt. I do not have anything close to there, do I? Closest would be the Hangman's Tree. Haha, jokes. Oops. By the way, I did not record my reaction to the all the Final Fantasy VII stuff last night, but it looked good enough. I was talking about this yesterday with somebody. I think what Blueface had asked. I was like, I enjoyed Final Fantasy Remake. I got bored with the minigames in Rebirth, and so I never finished Rebirth. But then watching all the footage from Revelations last night made me go, shit, I might have to go back and just deal with the minigames to get through, because I would love to play the third one, and I would really need to finish the second one if I'm gonna do that. So that might be a fun thing to do over the holidays, maybe, is redo the Final Fantasy Remake and Rebirth games back to back.
To do what to do, and what to... you wait! Step back! I'm no warrior. Help! Anyone help?
Easy now. Not in the habit of murdering priests in need.
No priest. I'm a deacon. Just 2 months out of seminary. On my first mission. It wouldn't be right to kill a deacon.
Yeah, for real. That's the thing that kind of gave me. We were like, I can't do this. It's too much.
Yellow and those. I have read about this. You're a witcher.
Well, clearly no feral cat or grass snake, so...
In point of fact, a grass snake's pupils are circular, not slitted. But never mind that. Please help me. If they breach the gate, a pestilence will be upon us.
Don't know that I've ever come across this quest.
Met another of your fold recently. Tried to kill me, actually, near here. Didn't much like that I discovered he was trading in Fistek. So why would I trust you?
It grieves me to hear this. I shall pray he repents. Alas, even the church's devoted err occasionally.
And some show a penchant for understatement. All right, but got a question first, priest. How's a witcher fight a plague?
I misspoke. Not the plague, its source. The Devil's Pit, this mine, has long been used as a place to sequester the hopelessly sick. An isolated haven for the afflicted.
A den to die in. Believe those are the words you're looking for.
I'm not proud to admit it, but how else is the Scarlet Fog to be withstood? An incurable pestilence that spreads with the fury of wildfire?
Sorry, no comparison. Not about to sympathize. Getting tossed in a hole, left to slowly rot and suffer? Now there's a fate I can pity.
You would leave the plague-stricken to infect their kin, neighbors? They die all the same and take others with them. The church seeks to protect the unafflicted.
What's done is done. Now where do I fit in?
Deep within the mine lies a salt cavern haunted. Someone, that is something, lurks there, so ancient records show. A spirit that breeds pestilence and whispers in the dark. Alas, a band of deserters has seized the pit. They butchered the afflicted.
Yes, I see that you're awake, sweetie.
I was sent
What's
to
up?
urge their departure. Should they force open the mine's gate, descend into its depths.
We'll have more than just Catriona to stop. Let me guess. Your warning. Deserters didn't take it to heart?
If only. They slew my retinue. I alone escaped. Please, you must help. I've coin to offer. They must be dealt with. The bandits and this vile spirit.
Stakes are high. Can't deny it. Hope we can agree on a fair reward.
So long as you see what I have now as fair. A reasonable request, but not one I can afford, alas. A reasonable request, but not one I can afford, alas. Very well, agreed. I'll need to take some from my own purse, but I believe you're worth it.
So be it. I'll help. And you wait for me here, coin in hand.
Of course! Under the circumstances, I can't imagine how it might be better spent. Ah, the key. It unlocks the gate to the mine. Eternal fire guide you, Witcher.
Yeah, knock yourself out, Eternal Fire. Farewell.
Come on, Roach. Slow now. Run, Roach.
If only me man weren't forever getting tossed at the tavern.
You'll choke to death on 3 pounds of
From
steak.
the old oak tree.
Ah, fuck. Crawl back under your rock.
That's the egg.
Oh!
What you stepping on me for? What you stepping
Move
on
it.
me for? What you stepping on me for?
No passage!
Halt! No passage.
Case of the plague surface in the city or something?
The plague? No. We're to not let folk in the city. It's an order, so I don't, unless someone's got a pass.
I must have inadvertently hit the mute button.
This way, you mean?
Let me look at that. Missing a seal, the red one.
Impossible.
Can't Department of Civil Defence forgot again. They're really off their heads these days. Happens, so be it. You may come through.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have 2 copies of a pass. I got one from the smuggler dude and another one from the official captain for doing the hunt. Hang on. Roach! Forgot about you.
Come through. Enjoy living, frick. In a hurry.
Not in a hurry, but I want on my horse.
What the fuck?
In a hurry.
Jesus, get the fuck out of my way.
Things are generally tight.
I mean, I know this is last gen, but I think it still holds up. Definitely still holds up in my mind.
Ooh. It's hard to believe Nanka dabbled in witchcraft. Are you a witch? Such a nice old lamb. Has she got a black cat?
We're gonna go get sidetracked really quick, because there is a barber in here. How do I find you, Mr. Barber, sir?
Watch your step. Watch your step.
I don't want to watch my step. Keep repeating yourself like that, you and me are gonna have a problem.
Greetings, Master. What can I do for you?
Got a razor and shears? Good. Make me look decent.
I'm assuming my beard right now is full beard trimmed short. Yeah. Let's see here. That's a little shorter than I like it to be, damn it. Jesus.
So long.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
The witch Ciri had quarreled with, Geralt ran into an old friend.
I wish they would
Kira
preview
Metz.
the options before you
Sorceress
buy them.
told the Witcher about a masked mage. Ciri had seemed to have taken shelter in his hideout. The Witcher set off to find it, with Kira in tow. Ciri had never reached the elven mage, yet the wild hunt had.
Watch
The
your
ghostly
step.
retinue was one step ahead of Geralt, or so it seemed. The Witcher felt it always lost, until Kira gave him a new lead. The Crones of Crookback Bog.
Crookback Bog.
Come through.
You'll choke to death on 3 pounds of steak.
Stay out of my way.
Ah, damn it, I forgot to grab my horse again. Come here.
Faster.
Choke to death on 3 pounds of steam.
Crawl back under your rock.
I don't want to crawl back into my rock. I'm having a nice sunny day ride around town. If this was Red Dead Redemption 2, I would be wanted by the police right now for running people over in the streets. The one,
Fuck.
to make some coin too, eh?
Beware, freak.
Beware, freak, freaky freak, freakity freak, freak, freak.
I get my freak on. I get my freak on.
That's it, Roach.
Oh, apologies.
Beware of trolls.
What can I get?
Of everything from apples to zam.
Wait, please. Bottle of ink.
Oh, I'm out. A requisition by the hour to support the war.
Watch your step.
I'm looking for Tamara, the Bloody Baron's daughter. Your brother said I'd find her here.
Wojtek sent you, sir.
How else would I know she was here?
Wait a moment. I'll fetch her straight away.
Yeah, it was really hard. Yeah, you just had to walk everywhere. Yep. Kitty, kitty, meow. Who wants a scritchy scratch? Scritchy scratch. Yeah, that's why I restarted the game, Jill.
And who might you be? My father sent you?
Not restarted, I reloaded.
See if you're still alive.
I reloaded because I was like, nope, I don't want that look.
I'm quite alive and extraordinarily well, Geralt of Rivia. Better than I've ever been in this rotten life of mine, and now that you've seen me, I bid you farewell.
Wait.
We've nothing more to talk about.
Your father's a vile man. You're angry and bitter. Can't blame you.
Why do you help him then? Why did you take this job?
Because he knows something about someone dear to me. Promised to tell me if I found you and your mother.
Got it. A bit of blackmail. Just his style. Well, now you've found me, you can tell him I'm alive and I'm never coming back.
Wojtek claims your mother had strange marks on her hands, and that a monster dragged her into the woods. That true?
We were riding towards the river. Suddenly, Mum cried out, bent over, almost fell off her horse. I rode up to her and saw something strange. Her hands were on fire. And then that creature leapt from the woods. I don't know what it was, but it roared so fierce my nose bled. I saw it topple trees. I've never been so scared in my life. And that thing grabbed my mum and disappeared into the woods. I wanted to turn back, go after them, but the horses panicked. Now I don't even know if she's alive.
What will you do now?
Find my mum.
You realize that might not be that easy.
Don't worry, I'm not daft enough to believe I can do it alone. I've got some new friends now. Powerful friends. They'll help me.
Who are these friends, if it's not a secret?
No secret. Heard of the Church of the Eternal Fire? A priest helped me contact the Redanian witch hunters. Righteous, brave men. They'll help me.
Hence the candlesticks in your room. So you believe in the eternal fire?
Once the heat of the fire has set your heart aflame, it gives you strength and leads you down the path of truth for the rest of your life. I hope it'll bless you with its warmth one day.
Thanks. Thing is, fire's tricky. It's easy to get burned. What about your father?
Who? Oh, him. I don't care. I won't go back to him. That bit of my life? Forgotten it already.
Well, well. A witcher. Never thought the Baron would stoop to hiring a monster slayer. Though I hear you're good at tracking things down.
Glad you know who I am. Haven't introduced yourself, though.
Graden, witch hunter in the service of His Royal Majesty Radovid of Redania. I'm certain you've heard of us.
Rings a bell.
If the Bloody Baron sent you to fetch his daughter, you'd best face it. You will fail in your task.
I appreciate your concern, but I don't need it. As for Tamara, she can make her own decisions.
Noble of you. A killer for hire abandoning his bounty for the good of another. The hunters and the Church of the Eternal Fire thank you. So the Baron hired a witcher to find his daughter. Interesting.
Where are you gonna take her?
Tamara must rest. She's had a harrowing experience. When the warmth of the eternal fire has restored her strength, we shall see about finding her mother.
Hope you know what you're getting into.
I've never been more certain. The eternal fire is the best thing that could happen to me.
In that case, good luck.
Thank you for respecting my choice. Farewell.
Kitty, kitty. Meow. Nibbles, the cat. Can I pet it? No. Nibbles the cat. Oh, we got a smith right around the corner. No, it's just a...
Look at that, just look.
Oh no, look at it. Isn't it majestic, madam? There is an armor here. I think he has a quest you have to do to unlock the use of him. It's been a while.
Everyone to me! To me!
Free boy. What do I gotta do to get
Listen for the aching belly. Stabbing pain here, under my belt since yesterday. I propose Hypericum perforatum, known also as the help with crown.
Greetings. My, a witcher. Something tells me I'll finally get something interesting to do.
Sure doesn't look like you're short on work.
So, this. A Redanian army order. But there's no pleasure in it. One after the other, same thing time and again. No finesse required.
Looking to perfect your craft?
Of course. Crafting's like ploughing a maid. Fall into a rut and... Well, sure, you'll get the job done, but there'll be no hoops, no hollers, no standing ovation. So, got any special requests for me? Help me stay on form?
Still talking about armor, aren't we?
Aye. What else would it be?
You're in luck. I actually do have a special order for you.
Oh, that's fantastic. Mark my words, you'll be satisfied.
Ah, nice. Okay, but I gotta be level 10 to wear that. Level 9, which I'm right there. Also level 9. Trackers. Do I not have a chest piece for that? I don't have a chest piece, but I have... Oh, I don't have enough coin? Really? I'm a broke bastard. Holy shit, I am broke. Need to repair as well. $99 gold to repair it all. Jesus Christ.
So long.
Alright, so I have those two things on hand. I gotta ding first. pretty sure that's here in town. Yeah, this is the second place they told me to go for Gwent. Perfect. But on that note, everybody, I've done all I'm going to do for the morning. We're 3 hours in. That's a good enough morning session. I will be back. Actually, you know what? Today, well, there's a couple things happening. One is that at 9 a.m. Pacific, there's going to be an announcement from the Guild Wars team. I'm going to cover that announcement. I don't need to do it live. I don't think it's just supposed to be a video that's on their YouTube channel, but around 9 a.m. Pacific, I have my alarm set. I'll be making a video about whatever announcement Guild Wars is making. And then at noon, the Future Game Showcase is taking place, noon Pacific. I will not be live streaming it, but I will be watching it, potentially covering trailers. Really what I'm waiting for is we're finally getting an extended gameplay look at Exodus, which is coming out next year, which is a game being created by a lot of the people who worked on the original Mass Effect game. It's been being promoted for the past couple of years. There's a tabletop game around it. There's a novel around it. It's a huge undertaking. It looks really interesting. They have never done a gameplay showcase yet. They've only ever teased things. Matthew McConaughey's attached. He was the one who made the announcement at the Game Awards like 2 years ago. That is getting its first ever gameplay revealed today at the end of the Future Game Show. That's really what I'm tuning in. So at some point this afternoon, I will also be having whatever footage they have around that game. I will be producing on YouTube, so stay tuned for that. Probably not another stream today then. If I do one, it'll be tonight, but more than likely I'll be watching a movie with my wife tonight. So probably no stream until tomorrow morning, which I think we will... Unless there's like a shadow release happening today, I'll probably come play some Elder Scrolls Online tomorrow morning. We shall see. Until next time, everybody, stay safe, happy gaming, have a great time, and I'll see everybody over on YouTube for all the trailers coming out today.